everyone, welcome to week 2 of Public Speaking Online. I had a really good time going through and watching your scariest speaking stories for the first kind of Go React assignment, so thank you for those. I have left you feedback for your discussion boards, a couple things on the discussion boards. For some of you, I asked in the future to make sure that you adhered to the word count, make sure that you gave me specific examples when I'm asking you sort of specific questions about these speeches you're watching and these readings you will read across the semester. So make sure that you do a really good job on those. I was pretty lenient with the first week as we're trying to get a feel for one another in this class, but make sure that you make a good argument, that it meets the word limit, or the word minimum I should say, and that you edit those really thoroughly, because again, that is a huge part of the written component of this course. And so this week, coming up, we have quite a few things due. We're getting into the meat of the course now. So you will be responsible for reading Chapter 6 and Chapter 8 for this week. Chapter 6 will deal with introduction and conclusions. You're going to learn a lot of things in terms of what makes an effective introduction. And there are some things that I'm going to want you to have. Things like an attention getter to draw your audience in. Things like a speaker credibility statement. That ultimately shows your audience that you know what you're talking about. It sort of gives your audience an understanding that you have previous knowledge or that you've done extensive research about the topic. And then, of course, your listener relevant statement, making it relevant to your audience. Additionally, having a strong thesis, and then a preview of your main points. And we'll go over that a little bit more once we get into the big speeches. So for the informative speech, you'll definitely have to have all of those things. For this week, you'll be preparing and delivering to your audience members your introductory speech, okay? Those directions, the instructions for that speech are all located on your Blackboard course shell under course assignments, or under the course materials section for this week. Please read that extensively, make sure that you know what you're doing for the speech. This is the first speech for which you have to compile your audience, okay? So remember, your audience members must be composed of at least 4 members, no one under the age of 16. Additionally, they all have to be present in the room. So you can't Skype in audience members for this, they have to be present. Also, don't forget that I need you to give it in a professional space. So if you have access to a conference room, great. If you don't, your living room will be fine, or a home office, or a dining room, but let's not do a bedroom and don't go out in public to like a gas station or something. Let's make it as professional as possible. Additionally, you have to dress in business casual. Dress up, because again, you are trying to, this is a formal occasion where you're giving a speech, so make sure that you dress appropriately, okay? You have 2 discussion boards due this week. There's an assignment on Wikipedia online, and make sure you adhere to the word minimum for that. And also, you will watch a TED Talk by Amy Cuddy for the second one, and you'll be asked to respond to some questions for that. For each of those discussion boards, you will be asked to respond to at least 2 of your classmates. Please don't forget this. You'll lose points if you don't do that, okay? Your introductory speech assignment is due on Go React by Sunday evening. Don't forget this week, we have 2 additional things to do. You have your first quiz this week. It will cover all of the readings from last week, week 1, and the readings from this week. I believe that you have 60 minutes to take that quiz, so please study in advance. Don't think that you can sit down and just sift through and find the answers in the book. I do try to make them challenging to reward people who study for them, okay? So make sure you study on the front end, and then you have about an hour to take it. And then last but not least, there is an assignment called the Library Tutorial Assignment, in which I gave you 3 links, I believe, to go through and complete 3 tutorials on our Southern Miss Library webpage. So it'll deal with things like plagiarism, APA, citing information, things of that nature, okay? When you take those and you get a certain grade, I believe it's an 8 out of 10, make sure you send me your results. As I get them, I will compile them in a folder, and I will give you your points accordingly, okay? I hope that you are sort of getting into the swing of this class. If you have any questions about due dates or assignments, please email me. I've gotten a lot of emails from some of you, and I've gotten back to you as soon as I can. So I'm happy to start to figure out putting names with faces as I see you show up on these speeches. So again, hope you're doing well. Let me know if I can help you, and have a great week.